What's up, YouTube world? It's day 2, man, of no FAP, no PMO. It's been a good day, very productive, no complaints. So today, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. It's regarding your invisible power. It's actually a book by Genevieve Beran or Genevieve Viren. I don't know how to pronounce her name though. It's an important book in my life specifically, and it actually it should be an important book in your life too, because I'll tell you why. I've read the book once. I don't know, about 3 years ago or so, 3-4 years ago maybe. So I read the book once, and then during one of my meditative states, when I just on a not stone, but just semi-meditative state somewhat. So I managed to grab a thought that crossed my mind, probably from God or the Lord. So the thought, luckily I wrote it down. It's I was told that actually Genevieve Viren spoke of the truth. So when I wrote it down immediately after that. So I decided to read the book again. So I read it again. That was like last year or something. And then I read it again. And then I read it again. I probably read it like maybe more, man. Probably like 10 times or so. So I just read it again. Like 2 days back, I just finished reading it again. So no doubt, man, it's a fucking awesome book, man. It's exactly it's like it speaks. It's, what can I say, man? It's like it speaks of the truth, truth, man. So in one of my previous videos, I shared about everything around you, and everything, even yourself. Everything is God, or everything is energy. There's these powers. The power, you can define it whichever way you want. So Genevieve actually says it's your invisible power, and she talks about three important facts that you must always keep in mind, according to the book. It's actually a brilliant book, man. You should check it out. So let me share with you guys what she actually says, right? So in the book she says, in the conscious uses, or should be conscious use anyway, in the conscious uses of the universal power to reproduce your desires in physical form, 3 facts should be born in the mind. 3 facts, right? So the first thing, all space is filled with a creative power, right? Check it out. This is exactly what I was talking about in the previous video. So she says that all space is filled with a creative power. So you can define the power whichever way you want, man. Like source energy, the source, the Lord, God, whatever. You can call it universal mind. So it's, I mean, although you see objects away from you, but there is actually something in between these, man. It's like there's a creative power according to her. So that's the first thing. The second thing, it gets better, right? She says this creative power is amenable to suggestion. So it's like God is not just there watching you or listening to you. You can actually create your own reality by working together with this power or with God, and then to improve your life, or to better your life, man, if you think about it, which is a great truth to know. The third thing she says is probably the most important one. So the third thing is actually, she says that it can only work by deductive methods. So it's like, okay, let me just continue on. So she says that this last is an exceedingly important point, for it implies that the action of the ever-present creative power is in no way limited by precedent. It works according to the essence of the spirit of the principle. In other words, this universal power takes its creative direction from the word you give it, man. So another thing she mentioned is like, it doesn't matter what happened to you before, man. Maybe you was a loser. Maybe you sucked, man. Maybe you had a tough life. You were depressed and things like that. Doesn't matter, man. This point onwards, you can transform your life, man, by increasing your faith, by building that connection or relationship with God, even, man, or be more grateful, and definitely study more of this principle, man, and see how you can use it, or use it and practice it in your life, man. So if you guys haven't read the book, The Invisible Power by Genevieve Behrend, please go and read it and reread it and then reread it, because to me it's pretty awesome book. I don't have the book in hard copy. That's why I haven't. Probably I'll read more of it if once I get the book. I can't seem to find this book here, man, so I gotta order it online or something. So be sure to check it out, because not only I found it useful. Another thing, as I told you before, I was told by the Lord, or got a tip from the Lord, that Genevieve Behrend spoke of the truth. So I'm going to read it as often as I can, whenever I feel I need to refresh whatever she talks about in the book. It's not a very long book, man. It's like 80 or less than that, maybe. It's like less than 100 pages, man, or less than 80 pages even. So check it out. Until then, peace out, people.